Hi, everyone. Let's talk about the biggest event of the year for AEW. AEW All In. Let's talk about it, guys. So, we got a lot of great matches on the card. I'm telling you, a lot of great matches. I don't care what anybody says. That's their opinion. Mine is way different than theirs. So yeah, we got a trios royal for the trios titles. So yes, for the trios, AW trios titles, the good, bad, and ugly, Bandito and Hangman and Brody King and their team. Then there's a wild card trio, which I believe it's going to be the New Day and Swerve. Then the Bang Bang Gang and the Dogs and the Man and the Death Riders and the Conjuration. So yeah, guys, can't wait for that match, and we'll be right back to talk about my picks, but we're talking about the card matches. Then we have Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Monet for the AEW Women's World Championship. Then we got Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay for the AEW World Championship. Those are the two big matches I'm looking forward to the most. Then we got Colt and Cage taking on the Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team titles. Then we got the Mans Casino Gauntlet with Andrade Elo and MJF and Tommaso Ciampa and Chris Jericho and Mark Davis and much more. Then we got John Moxley versus Nigel McGuinness in the finals of the Conjurate Continental Continental Challenge Cup, and it's for the AEW Continental Championship and the Cup. My thoughts. I'm just happy that it's for the title, but they didn't need to have a cup, but it's fine with me, But it is what it is. It's fine with me, in my opinion. It's fine, but it would have been better if it was just for the title. But anyways, it was build up to the tournament. I like the tournament. There was a lot of good matches on the tournament and stuff. So then we have the Divine Dominions taking on the Brawling Birds for the AEW Women's Tag Team titles. Then we got Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin in a Falls Count Anywheres match for the TNT Championship. Then we got Kyle Fletcher and Tutesta and Okada in a three-way for the AEW National Championship. So yes, guys, we'll see what happens and stuff. I'm just looking forward to it. So let's talk about my picks now. So my picks for the AW Women's World Championship, I'm going with Mercedes Monet picking up the win and becoming the new AW Women's Champion and defeating Willow Nightingale. Then I got Will Ospreay defeating Kenny Omega and becoming the new AW World Champion, Will Ospreay. Then we got Cope and Cage, Christian Cage and Adam Copeland taking on the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. Um, I'm going with the Young Bucks here. I could be wrong, but I'm going with the Young Bucks winning and defeating Cope and Cage. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I wouldn't mind if Cope and Cage do win, but you know they're legends. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt them. And I've been going to the opposite always. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't disappoint me if they retain. It wouldn't disappoint me at all if Cope and Cage, you know what I'm saying, retain the tag team titles. The Casino Gauntlet, I'm going with either Andrade Elo or Kyle Fletcher. We'll see what happens, but I'm really going with Andrade Elo. But if it's Kyle Fletcher, I wouldn't mind because that would be build up to him and Will Ospreay. They have story, so yeah, and that would be good for Kyle Fletcher. But we'll see. But I think Andrade Elo. So I'm going with Andrade Elo to be double champ. That would be crazy to have him double champ. You know what I'm saying? National champion, AEW world champion. But we'll see how it happens. I wouldn't mind if it's MGF. If anybody wins it, I'll be cool with it. I just don't want it to be Jericho or Champa, people that are old, like, you know what I'm saying? But if it is, it is. Then John Moxley versus Nigel McGuinness. I'm going with John Moxley retaining, the title, the Continental title, and winning the cup. But it is what it is. But good, you know what I'm saying? Good for Moxley, But what was the point of the cup in that? But still, good matches that happen. It's going to be a good match. But You know what I'm saying? So then the Defined Dominions versus the Brawling Birds. I'm going with the Defined Dominions, but I wouldn't mind if the Brawling Birds win. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind if Alex Winters and Jimmy Hayter become the new AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. I'd be cool with it. I love that if they do. I wouldn't mind. But I'm going with the Divine Dominions because of Megan Bayne and Lena Cross. But their booking wise, I just wish they would have longer matches. But that's Tony Khan's fault right there. That's his fault for not having them have longer matches and having just swash, people, just swash people. You know what I'm saying? Swash ladies. Swashing ladies left and right. So. Then we have Kevin Knight versus Darby Allen for the TNT Championship. I'm going with Darby. I wouldn't mind if Kevin Knight retains. I wouldn't mind, but I'm going with Darby on this one. Then we got Kyle Fletcher versus Tutesta and Okada. Um, I'm going with Tutesta. Yeah, guys. I'm going with Tutesta being champion once again. I wouldn't mind if Tutesta wins and gets that title back. I wouldn't mind any guy wins it, but I'm going with Tutesta. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't mind if Kyle Fletcher wins either, but we'll see. And then the what you call it, the royal that they're going to have, the royal for the trios titles. You know what I'm talking about? The good, bad, and ugly, Bandito and Hangman, and that team with Brody King and the trio, the wild card trio. I think it's going to be Swerve and the New Day, and them, and then the Bang Bang Gang, and the dogs, and then the 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 um the man, the man, and the Death Riders and the Congregation. I got Swerve and the New Day becoming the new trios champions. I wouldn't mind if the good, bad, and ugly retain, but I'm going with Swerve and the New Day, or the New Dawn, whatever name they're going to go by, New Dawn or New Day. Still, but we'll see what happens. But I think Kofi and Savior and Swerve are going to win those trios titles this Sunday. But we'll see what happens. Those are my picks, guys, and I appreciate everybody that watches this and watches the replay as well. And so yes, guys, I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. So yes, you might get shorts um towards next week. You probably get a lot of shorts of me, just doing fast paced results. You can watch other people while I'm gone. You could watch like Denise Dalcedo, or watch some people like her, you know what I'm saying, that really enjoy the promotions instead of crapping on it. I don't know why people like to crap on things, you know what I'm saying? They could watch the 80s, talk about the 90s wrestling on here on YouTube if they don't like what's going on today, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me. I like talking about all kinds of wrestling, and you know, so yes, guys, I'm gonna take a little breather here, and then we're gonna close it out with a big bang and say all in, and going crazy and stuff, and doing my funny stuff, hype stuff, and then wrap it up. So yeah, guys, if you want to, you can put your questions down below. Who you got and stuff for the AEW World Title, for the AEW Tag Team titles, the Trios titles. You know what I'm saying? What match are you looking forward to the most? You can comment down below as well on the replay. You know what I'm saying? So even on the live stream as well. So yeah. Tell me who you got for the Man's Casino. You can tell me who you got in the Man's Casino. You can tell me who you got for Nigel and Mox. Match that is just there, but it's going to be a great match, but it's just there in my opinion, but I'm still going to enjoy it. Um, so yeah, we'll put your thoughts on Darby and Kevin Knight. You could put your thoughts on Fletcher and Tutesta and Okada. So yeah, guys, and the Copeland Cage and the Young Bucks as well. So yes, guys, that's what all I have to say. So I appreciate everybody and stuff. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit those notification bells as always, guys. And peace out and take care and much love. Peace out and take care and much love. Much love. And this is CJD 2006, and we're out.